heard Playboy Jazz Festival is quickly approaching, and you are playing with Harmony 3. Please tell us about this band.
Actually, it's our first performance, and it's the brainchild of Ronnie Laws. And as soon as he called, I was excited. I mean, just to be called by Ronnie Laws for me, because actually he doesn't know it yet. I haven't asked him, but I'm going to be playing Mr. Magic off my live album, my live version, and I'm going to ask him to play it with me, because my two favorite saxophone players as a child were Grover Washington and Ronnie Laws. So when he called and asked me to be a part of it, I immediately said yes, because I just think that, especially, when you bring in Stanley Jordan into the mix, that just musically it's a great concept, but, the legendary Ronnie Laws as being the focal point of it, or the leader of it, I fell in love with the concept and the idea, and I said, sign me up.
Well, have you ever played the Playboy Jazz Festival before?
Actually, no, and I'm born and raised in California. And I used to, dream about playing the Playboy Jazz Festival, dream about playing the Hollywood Bowl. And the weird thing about this whole situation is I moved to Boston to go to school, become a professor, became a recording artist on the East Coast. And now, almost 30 years later, after I started recording, or my music career, now I'm going back to California to play the Hollywood Bowl and Playboy Jazz Festival.
So do you still have family in L.A. area?
I have family in El Centro, California, and I have family in Los Angeles. Mm-hmm.
Oh, so they're all going to come and...
Well, some are, and some aren't. Some are going to try. The whole Playboy thing is kind of, logistically crazy, so I'm trying to bring as many people, buy as many tickets as I can and do that kind of thing. But I'm going to see my family there, yes. So I'll be there for 2 or 3 days, and I have to come back because of performance the next day in Springfield, Massachusetts. So, that's kind of like my life. Teach, play, see my family when I can, and that's been my life for about 30 years.
So what do you have planned for your performance at the Playboy?
The tribute to Grover, and like I said, Ronnie, and feature Ronnie, and I'm playing, and there'll be a song, I'm playing a song from my new album called Back At You. And I think Ronnie's going to have me come out and play with him on some material. So we're just going to have fun for each other, and just make some serious, nice, just some great music and have fun, and hopefully people will have a great time. I'm sure they'll have a great time.
Will you be doing a little singing as well as playing?
I'll be singing Lovely Day. There's a single called Lovely Day off my Back At You album, and that's what I'll be performing. One of the ones I'll be performing too. So it's because of the time constraints and because of the sharing of the stage. We're going to do a little bit of everything. So that's the special part about it.
So, Walter, when you were 9 years old, you were introduced to Grover Washington Jr.'s music. Can you share with us how this influenced your life?
The music of Grover Washington Jr. and Ronnie Laws, actually, helped shape my musicianship in that, for Grover specifically, it was just almost like he sang through the horn. The first song I ever heard was... one of the first songs was called You Are the Sunshine of My Life by Stevie Wonder that he did on Soul Box. And you could almost hear the words coming out of the saxophone. And I'm like, you know what? I want to do that. And that's when I decided to play the saxophone. I want to do it like that. And then when I heard Ronnie Laws Always There, and then I heard him sing, later I'm called There's a Way. And I'm like, wait a minute, who's singing? I'm like, oh, he sings too? So, the whole thing of me playing and singing came out of my, musical relationship with Ronnie Laws. So, that's what helped, and George Benson. So those three, I think, were at the top of my list in formulating my concept of music at a very early age.
Well, you have become a very successful contemporary jazz artist. Mm-hmm. And so you have these three musicians. What other musicians have influenced you?
John Clemmer, David Sanborn, George Duke, Johnny Hodges, Sonny Stitt, Dexter Gordon. Clifford Brown, Jimmy Cannon, who was my mentor, Derek Cannon, who was my brother who plays trumpet. mean, Pat Metheny, who's probably is my favorite composer or songwriter. It's just some hip hop artists and some it's just I'm just all over the place. It just depends on the day.
Well, you teach full-time at the Berklee School of Music, and you tour extensively.
Yeah.
What compels you to do both?
Keeps me out of trouble. My love for music. I tell people, it's all consuming. I eat, sleep, breathe. I'm not going to say the last one. This. That's just what I do. For whatever reason, when I was younger, there were things that every child goes through, and music was my refuge, and it became everything to me. And I've sacrificed a lot for it, and she's given me everything and more back. So it's a great relationship. I've sacrificed relationships with women and my family because I don't have the kind of time that most do to do regular things. But it's the price you pay for wanting to be the best at what you do. And thank God and for my parents and my family for the hard work ethic and the discipline and responsibility and my love for music. I think when you love something as much as I do, you sacrifice for it, and I have done that, and I've reaped the rewards. I've never married. I've come kind of close, but I think my marriage to music supersedes everything, and you have to find the right kind of woman who understands that this is who and what I am, and sometimes that's very difficult to do. It has been for me.
So, you have jumped into the 21st century offering music lessons online.
Mm-hmm.
Please tell us about your internet adventures.
I think I was one of the first artists to actually teach online via Skype. And what I do is I try to, and actually it's working extremely well. My students are pleased, and so am I. What I do is I give them what I would give at Berklee College of Music or any institution, if I were doing a master class or anything like that. I teach the same exact way. It's just like giving private lessons, but you're not in the room. You're in the room via Skype. So, it's exactly the same thing. I can hear what I need to hear. I can hear chords. I can hear melody. I can hear interpretation. I can hear dynamics. I can hear if they're flat or sharp. I can see the position of the mouth on the horn and what have you. And it's just a great way of being able to educate one-on-one. And the good thing about it is that it's not in an institutional environment, so that we can discuss all the other aspects of whether it be business and some of the social things that I've gone through my life. So it's much more flexible than in an environment, an institutional environment. And I'm just thankful that I stumbled onto it. It was something that I've always wanted to do, and I was waiting for the opportunity. And when Skype came along, I jumped on it immediately, and I'm having so much fun. I mean, to sit in your living room and to help change the game, or to help give the music to the next generation, or even to people who are my age or older who simply want to play better or be better at the horn or on the horn, is a blessing. And I think I know Alex Bugnon is doing it. I know Walter Beasley is doing it, and somebody else is doing it too. Keyboard player, Jeff Lorber is doing it.
What are your plans for 2011?
I'm teaching at Berklee College of Music 1 day a week. I'm teaching online. I'm starting to record a new album. Actually, I'm just writing for it now. I'm actually going to do another sax meditation record, which did very well for me. And I'm also, I'm thinking about doing more dates. I hope we do more dates with the Harmony 3 project. And at that point, after 2011, 2012, I'm going to start slowing down because I'm excited and I'm still in love with music. But I turned 50 this year, and I definitely see where in the next couple of years it's going to be a time for a change. So a couple of more years doing this and doing it to the best of my ability, then I'll probably call it quits.
And what are you going to call it quits for? Call it quits for teaching or call it quits for performing?
Maybe both. I've been playing saxophone since I was 9 years old.
And then what would you do with your life?
Find something else to do and enjoy it and love it.
So do you have an idea of what you want to explore?
Nope. Nope. All I know is that there's a season, there's a time and a season for everything. And I've explored almost everything I've ever wanted to do in this music industry. I've sold a lot of records. I've done videos. I've, made love to a lot of women. And I don't mean that the way it sounds. Maybe I do. I don't know. But I've done, pretty much everything I wanted to do. And, the next couple of years, I want to try to be the best musician I can be. And then I want to do something else. Whether I still teach, remains to be seen. But I think I'll probably teach for the rest of my life in some way, shape, or form. But as it relates to performing, 2012 might be it.